Alright, Bible chapter 6 talks about Job replies, "My complaint is just." It says, "Then Job answered and said, Oh, that my vexation or my worries were weighed, and all my calamity laid in the balances. For then it will be heavier than the sand of the sea." Meaning that he has a lot of worry going on. He's a lot of anxiety going on about all that's been happening to him, about him, losing his property, him losing his wealth, him, losing his family, him losing his health. I mean, it seems like everything is going wrong for Job, and nothing's going right. So he's saying, "Oh, that my worries were weighed, and all my calamity laid in the balances. For then it would be heavier than the sand of the sea. Therefore my words have been rash." Like I said, he's really worried, and he's really full of anxiety about what's going on in his life. He's saying that his worries are so bad that it would outweigh the sand of the sea. So he has a lot of worry going on in his life. "Therefore my words have been rash." He feels like God is not listening to his prayer, which then is kind of questioning God, which is a big no-no. So later on you see in Job that God appears and just kind of just how do you say it? He kind of just disciplines Job in a way. I mean, God's like, "How dare you, Job? How dare you question me?" You'll see that later on, Job. Though. So never question God, because God's in control, not you. God knows what He's doing. "For the arrows of the Almighty are in me," meaning just pain and turmoil and sickness and depression and anxiety, all that stuff's going in him. "My spirit drinks their poison. The terrors of God are arrayed against me." So he feels like God has turned against him. "Does the wild donkey bray when he has grass, or the ox low over his fodder? Can that which is tasteless be eaten without salt, or is there any taste in the juice of the mellow? My appetite refuses to touch them." Meaning he's losing his appetite because of his worry and anxiety and all that. "They are as food that is loathsome to me." I mean, he doesn't want to eat. He's full with worry and anxiety. "Oh, that I might have my request, and that God would fulfill my hope, that it would please God to crush me." He feels like that it would just please God for Job just to die. He feels like God would just be pleased with that. "That He would let loose His hand and cut me off. This will be my comfort." So Job pretty much wishes that he was just dead. That God wouldn't be carrying him through all this. He wishes he was just dead. So "this will be my comfort. I would even exult in pain unsparing, for I have not denied the words of the Holy One. What is my strength that I should await? And what is my end that I should be patient? Is my strength the strength of stones, or is my flesh bronze? Have I any help in me, when resource is driven from me? He who withholds kindness from a friend forsakes the fear of the Almighty." Read 14 again. "He who withholds kindness from a friend forsakes the fear of the Almighty." So he's saying, he says, he who withholds kindness from a friend forsakes the fear, or basically doesn't care about the fear of God, because he's saying to forsake a friend, to turn against a friend, or to turn away from a friend, is forsaking the fear of God, pretty much. "My brothers are treacherous as a torrent bed." He's saying his brothers, which could be his friends or his actual brothers, are just hateful. They're just downright just hateful and just always attacking them for stuff. "As torrential streams that pass away, which are dark with ice and where the snow hides itself. When they melt, they disappear. When it is hot, they vanish from their place. The caravans turn aside from their course. They go up into the waste and perish. The caravans of Tema look, the travelers of Sheba," which is Yemen today, "hope. They are ashamed because they were confident. They come there and are disappointed. For you have now become nothing. You see my calamity and are afraid. Have I said, make me a gift, or from your wealth offer a bribe for me, or deliver me from the adversary's hands, or redeem me from the hand of the ruthless? Teach me, and I will be silent. Make me understand how I have gone astray. How forceful are upright words! But what does reproof from your reprove?" Say that again. He goes, verse 25. "How forceful are upright words! But what does reproof or discipline? What does reproof or discipline from you reprove? I'm trying to understand what he's trying to say. He's kind of saying, when we go to verse 25, he says, how forceful are upright words. But what does reproof or discipline, from you reprove? Like, he's basically telling God, what are you proving by disciplining me? So, I mean, Job, man, he's really questioning God, and this really ticks off God here at the end of Job. And you see that, and you never question God. God knows what he's doing. Even when things seem like the worst they could ever seem, and God is still in control of the situation. He's in control of everything. So, you just gotta rely on God and not worry and not be anxious, and just rely on God. He knows what he's doing. Everything happens for a reason, because God is in control. It says, let's see. He says, do you think that you can reprove or discipline words when the speech of a despairing man is wind? This is when the speech of a despairing man is wind. You would even cast lots over the fatherless, and bargain over your friend. But now be pleased to look at me, for I will not lie to your face. Please turn, let no injustice be done. Turn now, my vindication is at stake. Is there any injustice on my tongue? Cannot my palate discern the cause of a calamity? So Job, he's really questioning God about what's going on. He's also trying to make his complaint, justified. He's saying, God's allowing all these bad things to happen for me. Why? Why is he doing this? He's trying to make his complaint justified. And which doesn't happen, because like I said, later on in Job, God appears and he says, Job, how dare you question my authority? He goes, I'm in control, not you. God really just lays into him. So that's chapter. So never question God. He's in control. He knows what he's doing. Case closed. That's chapter 6, and chapter 7 will be next.